City County Board. How will you balance county board commitments with outside/other commitments, civic activities, community service, jobs, the like?
This is something that my family and we discussed at length before I agreed or decided to run. And part of the equation there was, what does this mean for family time? Because that was the most important factor of it. I'm very fortunate that on the business side, I've had a lot of success. I've got a great team in place, and that team has basically been running the company for the most part throughout this campaign, and I imagine that would continue. I know that would continue. I would still definitely want to stay involved at a very high level. My business is my baby. It's something that I've grown from the ground up and something that I would certainly want to make sure remains viable on into the future. Frankly, it's a big part of my nest egg. So it is something that I would want to keep an eye on, but I'm very comfortable and confident in the team that I have in place there. On the family side though, one of the things that we have been very successful at, my wife and I, over the years, is a good, healthy division of duties. I've always had the girls in the morning, getting them on the bus. It's very valuable time. Ask them one day if they like when I sing to wake them up. I can't sing, but I still sing and wake them up in the morning sometimes. And that's a special moment that's between us. I've also cherished the moments that we do have. I was not able to be coach of soccer this year, but I look forward to being able to do that. So it's a very healthy balance, and it's something that I know we will be able to do. It's a trick we all have to play no matter what our day jobs are.
I'm lucky to be at a point in my life where a lot of my other things that I've got I need to do, raise children, keep a marriage going with my husband, and I have a couple of rental units in Arlington, which actually, believe me, makes me very aware of all of the property issues going around in the county. But I have a lot of time to devote to this community. This community is my family. But I remember what it was like to have small children at home, and it was hard on my family when I was campaigning. That was before email. We were typing things on typewriters and using a phone. I remember my husband buying me an extra long cord so I could walk around a little bit. It was a huge long cord. I always tried to make time for my family. It's absolutely crucial. As many of you know, my husband died quite suddenly 8 years ago, and I was always grateful for the time I actually didn't spend cleaning the house and instead took a bike ride with him. I have always worked for the community. It's been a little hard. It was hard on my family, but I think it has worked out well for me. My family actually in the end came to terms with it. I remember getting my daughter to a tour of Carlin Springs Elementary School, which I had built, and it was really nice. There's a ground, and the stage has got a big rainbow thing going on, and I was giving her this tour, and she looked at me, and she said, "Mom, this is so cool. Now I see why you've been doing it all these years." And I'll tell you, that made up for it. I am now, as chair and on the board, working really hard to make sure our staff and my other board colleagues have time for their families, and I'm constantly trying to do that. One of the things I want to change is our New Year's Day meeting so people can spend that with their families. I think we can do better.